This is Team Phoenix's presentation on how practitioners can develop physical literacy. In our team we have myself, James, Bobby, Keris, Stuart and Valentino. I would like you to take a few seconds to think about when you were back in a physical education setting and think about how did your teacher conduct his lessons and what did you enjoy within those lessons.
Physical literacy can be described as the motivation, confidence, physical competence, knowledge and understanding to maintain physical activity throughout the life course. This definition is by Margaret Whitehead, 2007. We have broken down physical literacy into two sections, physical and literacy. Physical can be referred to the body and literacy can be referred to the quality or state of being literate, possession of education, a person's knowledge of a particular subject or field. Taking into consideration of Whitehead's view and other practitioners' definition of physical literacy, our definition of this topic is physical literacy can be defined as a person having universal traits that enable them to adapt to different activities with minimal difficulty and display competence throughout exploiting potential.
We believe that pedagogy is the method and practice of teaching approaches towards the learning and how teachers, leaders deliver the sessions.
Effective pedagogy should be appropriate for the development, be task-orientated and promote success for every participant and considers the whole child, not just looking at the physical side of physical literacy. Communication must be effective from the leader and future sessions can be adapted from the thoughtful evaluation of the past sessions to what the learners would like to or need to develop and on the leader's opinion of the previous session.
The two main teaching and learning approaches are behaviourist and constructivist. We are going to show you two clips of coaching examples.
All we can do is just pass the person up to you and follow your path. Making sure we use the instep of our foot, following through. You can also take a touch with the instep on the outside of the foot.
The only rule of this game is they have to make 5 passes to make 1 goal. The behaviourist approach is the traditional approach where the coach dictates the session and the outcomes. In a typical behaviourist approach, the drill activity would isolate the movement technique and repeat the motion to gain short-term success as the practitioner reinforced movement/technique. Within the environment, the session is often boring and decontextualises the skill, takes away the mistake element, so therefore there's no learning. The sessions often lack creativity. What clip do you think was the behaviourist approach, 1 or 2?
There are many different constructive pedagogical models, such as play practice, cooperative learning, TGFU and sport education. The main one we're going to be looking at is TGFU.
Constructivist. This teaching and learning approach focuses on the learner, whilst the leader acts as a facilitator. The constructive approach looks to engage the learning and let them explore the sport. This develops deeper understanding as the knowledge is applied. This process may be slower to learn, but it involves the movement and techniques with external factors slightly involved.
Behaviourist lessons consist of a warm-up, then practising a drill or skill. After the drill the skill has been practised, a game is at the end of the session. After the game at the end of the session, there is a cool down. The lesson is dull and repetitive, and it is mainly operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is when a naturally occurring stimulus is linked to a response.
TGFU sessions usually start off with a meaningful game, then go on to some tactical and technical elements where they focus on a certain part of the game that the coach feels they need to improve. After that, they'll go back into the meaningful game, and then after the meaningful game, if the coach feels it's necessary, they will go into the normal conditioned game where they will take in their tactical and technical elements.
We personally think practitioners can develop physical literacy by the teachers and coaches being able to teach the fundamental movements, as this can be transferred across to a majority of sports, having effective sports pedagogy and philosophy that creates a positive environment where the learner is at the centre of the activity. If a participant is at the centre of learning, it may be more than likely that they remember and improve skills. We feel that if a teacher and coaches uses the teaching games for understanding model when coaching specific sports, it will improve physical literacy as it works on the tactical and technical element whilst replicating a game situation, as the participants will be learning and engaged throughout the process of learning that has a meaningful outcomes and that is realistic.